It's 28 minutes on to 7 o'clock. This is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today, Tuesday, the 29th day of April, 2025. Of course, Gordon Joseph in your company, as always, so happy, so joyful to be here. Acknowledging the fact that it's only a privilege, not a right. I could have been, excluded from the wake-up list this morning, but due to his mercies, here I am. So good morning to the world. A whole lot of things are happening around the region. Yeah. In neighboring Trinidad, the United National Congress, the UNC, headed by Kamala Prasad Bisesa, she has the party has emerged as the winner in the elections there that took place yesterday. Also in Canada, Mark Carney and his party, they've won. Rather interesting comments he made after his victory, that he's going to take it to Donald. Leave Donald alone. Good morning to you, Yulin Alexander, Jillian McIntyre, Mildred Smith. Good morning. How are you doing? How is Shem doing this morning? Good morning, Sylvina Charles, Yolan Swan. Good morning to viewers and listeners in Trinidad and Tobago. An exciting period there. Destined to win, overcomer says, blessed morning. Have a wonderful and productive day today. Stay safe, Mr. Joseph. Let no one prevent you from having a great day. It's a good day to have a good day. Given the circumstances, the conditions, I can still smile. Yeah. It is indeed a good day to have a good day. Good morning to the bus drivers, the teachers, and all those of you within the education fraternity. Yeah, good morning. Nice. 26 minutes on to 7. You know, for some reason, yesterday morning, I forgot that it was the reopening of school, man. Yeah. Teachers, you know you've got a noble profession, right? I know you work hard, you work diligently. Yep. Give it your best shot. You've got the nation's future in your hands. Good morning, Mr. Ian Best, Lindsay Farray, Wayne McSween. Yeah, Wendell Maxwell, retired now, but once a teacher, always a teacher. Vashti Stanislaus, good morning. Good morning to the principal and staff at the Grenville Secondary School. It's 25 minutes on to the 7 o'clock. It's a good day to have a good day. Remember that. Lydia James. P&M gone, nothing with P. Nothing with P in it and good, my goodness. So, Lydia, stop it. Okay. Nice. Lydia. She said nothing with P in it is not good. I mean, party is not good to her. Morning. I know, pun intended. Joan Brathwaite Batson says, good morning, Mr. Joseph, dedicated listeners and viewers. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Catherine Phillip, good morning, Catherine. How are you doing? All right, let's get into the word of the day. The word of the day today, that word today is discern. Discern. D-I-S-C-E-R-N. Those of you who are spiritual, you should know what this word means. Yeah, you've got the spirit of discernment. Nice. Now, to discern means to recognize or to perceive. D-I-S-C-E-R-N. Discern. To recognize or perceive. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. She could discern a faint outline in the fog. Yeah. She could have recognized it in the fog. Yeah. That's the word of the day. It's 23 minutes on to 7. Why be afraid? Why worry when you can pray? Good morning, Jigan, Lewis, and the entire home circle inside of Coles Gap. You think it easy to take it easy, Lewis? Good morning, good morning. Yeah. Munich, good morning to you, Petlin and the family. The Maxwins, Urban Mason and family. Branny, good morning. Eric, Galba, Mitchell. How do you do? Brooklyn, good morning to you. Bacolette, good morning. Hope, good morning. Teacher Rufin, how are you doing, Papi? Teacher Yvette and mom and dad. The folks inside of Hope. Kitty Cat, good morning to you and Alwyn and Ariel. Nadisha, it's your turn. The motivational tip of the day is up next. Yep. Good morning, Miss G. And all the folks inside of Cafe and surrounding areas, the Sandersons. It says, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. I'll reiterate this. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. You've got to have confidence in yourself. Self-confidence is key. If you don't believe in yourself, do you expect someone else to believe in you? Come on. Be real, man. Nice. Yulin, it's your turn.
Holy Spirit, take my soul.
Holy Spirit,
Fill my soul.
So the folks on the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Pity Martinique, good morning. A special good morning to you. Still in the reconstruction, redevelopment phase. Good morning to the Bowler family out there in Grenville, Maxie and Marcus and everybody. My deepest condolences to you. Yeah. The family of my good dear friend Joan King, who will be laid to rest today. Patrick King, good morning to you, Carlo. My goodness me. I know the principal and staff at the Hermitage Government School. Teacher Norin, yeah. Oh man, this is a tough time, man. Be strong. That's all I can say to you. Be strong. Let's see what's buzzing this morning. All right, Grenada is moving closer to a greener future with the advancement of its geothermal energy development project. In the region, UNC wins election in Trinidad. The Cayman Islands head to the polls today, not today, but this Wednesday. Internationally, the Vatican is preparing for a major transition. And in sports, the CWI 2025 T20 Blaze Women's Regional Cricket Tournament. It rolls off this Thursday. Yeah. Nice. Just like your prophets in the days of. So we've got these stories and so much more coming up in the AM edition of News, Sports and the Weather. Bernadette Lewis, good morning. All the way from Brooklyn, New York. Denzel Dominic, good morning. Spice Queen, good morning. Spice Queen, are you of the opinion that nothing with P in it is good also? Like PNM in Trinidad lost the election. Someone says anything with P has to go. I cry. Mary E. Banks, good morning. Lydia James says, good calypso for you, eh? I ain't singing this here, Papa. I ain't taking part in that. I make a joke last year. And I end up in your answer. That joke. They had to come good. Yeah, 18 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Yeah, the folks in Barbados, good morning. Mia's Country. Reverend Samuel Caesar, good morning to you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Mildred, how is Shem this morning? The wonderful folks inside of Canada, good morning. Doc and Candy is always locked on, so too is Josiah. Toronto, good morning. Montreal, you know what I'm saying? Quebec, yeah, Vancouver. Reaching back home saying good morning to the folks in Pearls. Yeah, Pearls, hometown. Simone, Dunfermline, Paradise, Lakabeke, the fat man in Calypso in Lafayette, Darius, Messi, good morning. You see the one on one side, the other on the other side, man. Darius and Messi. Wow, Shem is still sleeping. Let him rest, man. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather comes up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinaire Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Tuesday, 29th April 2025. Coming up in the news, Grenada is moving closer to a greener future with the advancement of its geothermal energy development project. In the region, UNC wins elections in Trinidad. Voters in the Cayman Islands head to the polls this Wednesday. Internationally, the Vatican is preparing for a major transition. And in sports, the CWI 2025 T-Blaze Women's Regional Cricket Tournament rolls off this Thursday. We've got the details to this and more after these messages.
It's a happier holiday when every wish and dream can come alive for those you love and cherish with a loan from Nexa Credit Union. Just think of the experiences you could share, the surprises you could gift, and the memories you could make with a little extra in your pocket this Christmas. Our Happier Holiday Loan is about the happiness and warmth it can bring because there's no need to worry. Unwrap more than just gifts. Experience heartfelt connections and joyous celebrations with family and friends. Get up to $50,000 for home furnishings, renovations, gifts, and more while enjoying easy repayment terms, affordable interest rates, and quick approvals. So, dream a little bigger and make your holidays happier with Nexa. Call us at 440-1354. Visit our website at nexacreditunion.com or email us at loans@nexacreditunion.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Share the great taste of Grace Foods.
Quality nutrition from generation to generation.
The goodness of Grace Foods.
A good Tuesday morning to you, wherever you are, with the news in detail. I am Gordon Joseph. The government's flagship geothermal energy development project has entered its critical exploration drilling phase, aiming to generate up to 50 megawatts of clean, renewable electricity. In 2026, two exploratory wells will be drilled, one in Pleasance, St. John, and the other in Tricola, St. Patrick, to confirm the resource's commercial viability. If successful, Grenada could supply nearly half of its electricity needs with geothermal energy, dramatically cutting diesel imports and reducing carbon emissions by more than 25 million tons over the next 25 years. The project is backed by international partners, including the Caribbean Development Bank, the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, and the Government of New Zealand. With a strong focus on community engagement, environmental stewardship, and transparency, the geothermal project stands as a cornerstone of Grenada's push for energy independence and climate resilience. The Ministry of Blue Economy and Marine Affairs, working alongside the Grenada Tourism Authority, has completed a first draft of the updated Yachting Act of Grenada 2025. The new legislation aims to strengthen regulations, improve safety, and promote sustainability within Grenada's vital yachting sector. Among the proposed reforms is the possible creation of a Grenada Maritime and Yachting Authority, a central body to oversee licensing, registration, and industry development. The draft also addresses environmental concerns with measures to manage abandoned yachts and protect marine and coastal areas for degradation. While the legislation doesn't separately define super yachts, it will apply to all recreational vessels, ensuring high standards for registration, inspection, and environmental compliance. Ambassador Jerry Eno, Special Envoy for Oceans, says the drafting process has been rigorous and inclusive, with an emphasis on fairness and sustainability. Stakeholder consultations are now underway, with final recommendations expected to shape the Act before it heads to Cabinet for review and potential enactment. The ministry encourages public and stakeholder engagement as Grenada works to strengthen its position as the Caribbean's leading yachting destination. Now that concludes the first segment of news, the local segment. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather, they are straight ahead. In the region, Kamla Persad-Bissessar and her new United National Congress Party has emerged as the winner of the general elections in neighboring Trinidad and Tobago. Former Prime Minister and leader of the PNM took to the media late last night to concede, saying tonight is not a good night for the PNM. Of course, the GBN will have a more updated version of the story in a later newscast. Meanwhile, voters in the Cayman Islands head to the polls this Wednesday, not only to elect a new government, but also to weigh in on three major national issues through a non-binding referendum. Residents will be asked whether they support the development of cruise berthing infrastructure, the introduction of a national lottery, and the decriminalization of small amounts of cannabis. However, the government has clarified that the referendum results will not automatically trigger any legal changes, since the process was initiated by the government and not through a people-led petition. It will serve only to guide future decisions. In a statement, officials said a yes vote simply signals public interest in exploring the topics further without endorsing any specific proposals. Approximately 23,829 voters are registered for the elections, which will see 19 members of parliament elected for plurality by plurality vote. This year's elections follow significant political shifts. After a series of resignations and realignments, several new political parties have emerged, including the Caymanian Community Party, led by Andre Ebanks, and the Cayman Islands National Party, headed by Dan Scott. The opposition People's Progressive Movement, led by Joey Hugh, will also contest the polls. All polling stations are set to open at 7 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. local time. The election will be monitored by observers from the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. Still in the region, in the wake of the tragic death of 11-year-old Adriana Young, the Ministry of Education in Guyana is stepping in to offer grief counseling and emotional support to the Parika Primary School community. In a statement issued on Sunday, the ministry extended heartfelt condolences to Adriana's family, friends, and the wider community, expressing deep sorrow over the unimaginable loss. Today, a specialized team from the Ministry's School Support Services will visit Parika Primary to provide trauma counseling with a strong focus on helping students and staff cope with their grief. Leading the sessions is Anne Green, former head of the Child Care and Protection Agency, known for her extensive experience in child protection and emotional care. The ministry says the counseling sessions are designed to create a safe space for pupils and staff to process their emotions, access professional support, and begin the healing process. Officials also reaffirmed their commitment to ongoing support in the weeks ahead, pledging to monitor and assist the school community as needed. Mark Carney, that's looking further afield the international scene now. Mark Carney and his Liberal Party has emerged as the winner of the general elections in Canada. We'll have more in a later newscast as the details are more presented. Meanwhile, the Catholic cardinals have set May 7th as the start date for the conclave to elect Pope Francis's successor, giving themselves extra time to build consensus before they enter the Sistine Chapel for the secret vote. The decision comes just days after Pope Francis's funeral. Cardinals from around the world are using this time to get to know one another better, particularly as many were appointed by Francis and have had little previous interactions. British Cardinal Vincent Nichols emphasized the need for unity, saying the role of the Pope is to hold the church together. Meanwhile, discussions continue over whether Italian Cardinal Angelo Becciu, convicted on finance-related charges, will be allowed to vote. While many cardinals hope to continue Francis's focus on mercy, social justice, and outreach, conservative voices are pushing for a return to a more traditional teachings. Venezuelan Cardinal Baltazar Porras Cardoza expressed optimism, predicting a new pope could be chosen within 2 to 3 days once voting begins. The eyes of the Catholic world now turn to the Sistine Chapel as the church prepares to elect its next leader. Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced a temporary ceasefire in the war in Ukraine. The ceasefire will run from the morning of May 8th until the 11th of May, which coincides with victory celebrations to mark the end of World War II. Now that's the regional and international news at this time. We'll have more for you in our luncheon edition. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are up next. Good morning, sporting fans. The eagerly anticipated CWI 2025 T-Blaze Women's Regional Cricket Tournament bowls off this Thursday in St. Vincent. The tournament takes place at the historic Inosville Stadium from the 1st to the 11th of May, featuring the region's most electrifying female talent in a high-stakes battle for T20 supremacy. Cricket fans will be treated to a heart-pounding triple-header daily with matches starting at 10 a.m., 2:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. The later matches will be played under floodlights, providing a perfect backdrop for unforgettable moments in the cricket hotbed of St. Vincent. The 2025 T-Blaze comes at a pivotal moment in women's cricket. Following the West Indies Women's White Ball Series with Bangladesh in January, an inspiring Super 50 tournament in February, and a heartbreaking near miss at the ICC Women's ODI World Cup qualifiers in Pakistan in April, where they fell agonizingly short on net run weight, this tournament represents a chance for redemption. With high-profile white ball series away to England and at home against South Africa on the horizon, the T20 Blaze serves as another launching pad for the renewed pursuit of international glory. That's all the sports we've got for you in this segment. Stay with us. We'll have more sports for you during our luncheon edition. The weather forecast is straight ahead. And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Andre Charles on the forecast desk at the Morris Bishop International Airport. Good morning, Andre.
Good morning to you and the listeners of the general public. And here's the weather for today, Tuesday, the 29th April 2025. Currently, the weather is fair. Winds are from the southeast at 8 miles per hour. Barometric pressure, 12.7 millibars. That's below normal and rising. Present temperature, 27.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity, 82%. Yesterday's maximum temperature, 30.3 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum, 26.5 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, no rainfall was recorded. Hence, the total for the month remains at 59.9 millimeters. Now to have a look at the forecast, that for today and tonight. Today we expect some mostly fair conditions, becoming partly cloudy at times with brief isolated showers. Maximum temperature, 31 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tides will be low at 11:30 a.m. and high at 5:30 p.m. Sunset today at 6:21, rises tomorrow at 5:47. Just to repeat on the forecast, that for today and tonight. Mostly fair, becoming partly cloudy at times with brief isolated showers. Maximum temperature, 31 degrees Celsius. I'm Andrew Charles, report from the Met Office. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andre. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Thanks, same to you. All
right, folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Get money where you are, almost anywhere you are, send money over with Western Union. This is Woo, oh, oh, oh. This is Woo, is Western Union. Send to your friends and your family. With Western Union, we're moving money. No matter where you are, you will never fall. Get money where you are, almost anywhere you are, send money over. Move it for better.
Western Union, moving money for better.
It's 4 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Grenada is moving closer to a greener future, with the advancement of its geothermal energy development project. In the region, Kamla Persad-Bissessar and the UNC wins the general elections in Trinidad. Voters in the Cayman Islands head to the polls this Wednesday. Internationally, the Vatican is preparing for a major transition. And in sports, the CWI 2025 T-Blaze Women's Regional Cricket Tournament rules off this Thursday. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, 29th April 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending the invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Grenada is indeed beautiful and worth exploring. We firmly believe that you should be allowed to do so. Why not explore Grenada with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours? Whether you decide to explore Grenada with your family, spouse, or large group of friends, we are ready to welcome you. Our tours are guaranteed to leave you with wonderful memories of Grenada if you are visiting, and excitement if you live here. Book a tour with us now by visiting our website www.jamessvcs.com. Call 1473-442-3769 or email info@jamessvcs.com. James Services Corp Off-Road Tours.
I am Dennis James Williams, owner and director of James Services Corp. Looking forward to welcoming you to the beautiful island of Union to explore with James Services Corp Off-Road Tours. See you soon.
Explore our beautiful island of Grenada from an angle that is unique and off-road, but equally fun. We are 100% family-friendly tours.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The investment migration agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Need to upgrade your home? Get new arrivals on. Plus, buy more and save more on bedroom sets and get an additional 10% on credit purchases of any bedroom set. Want quality products that provide value at the best prices backed by full warranty? We've got you. Plus, shop today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Whatever you need, we've got you. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
ACB's me start, manage, expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB's me start, manage, expand. They came on all my competition, got the whole bank's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation. Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. Start, manage, expand your business today.
All right, folks, it's 9 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome to the conversation this morning. Before I get into the intricacies of it, I want to say good morning to Monica Mirose Williams, Cicely Blackman, Jennifer Lawrence, Zobi Duncan is with us, and also Kwesi Scott. Good morning. Okay, so this morning, I do have a guest that is going to be here like around 7:30 thereabout as we do go on the final lap to pump it up, the Grenada version of it. So Mr. Francis Saint-Hilaire, the marketing officer in Grenada Cooperative Bank, will be with us at that time. In the interim, there's something that I want us to talk about. The social media issue. All right? Now, you see how misleading it can be? Okay, luckily I was cautious. I was cautious yesterday morning when, in reporting or talking about the shooting incident in St. Mark on Sunday. All right, you remembered me saying it is alleged because, it was publicized that the gentleman died and others were injured. Notwithstanding the fact that we did not get an official release from the RGPF, but some folks took it to themselves and went ahead and published that one person is dead. Only to understand that even up to now, although I'm seeing another post on Facebook that claims that the attorneys for the family is claiming that the gentleman is now brain dead. But yesterday, folks, we have to be careful with the things that we put out there on social media. All right? A number of things have to be taken into consideration. Lives are involved. People's emotions and feelings and so forth are also involved. And the world is now a global village. You understand? So whatever you put out there goes out to the world. So we ought to make sure that we are very responsible in what we put on social media. Okay? I just thought I'd throw that out this morning. We have to be responsible. We have to be. All right? Because we are, we are exposed to the world. It's not a village thing anymore. It's not like somebody, in Pearls talking to somebody in Pearls. When you put something on social media, it is to the world. So we ought to be mindful of that. All right? Okay, so now that I've thrown this out, I'd like to hear from you. Is there something happening? I don't want to get into any in-depth conversation. All right? Any in-depth conversation because of the time constraints. I am awaiting the arrival of Mr. Sentile, who is expected to be here like about 7:30. Okay, so I'll give you the opportunity. If there's something burning that you'd want to bring to the fore, this is your opportunity to do just that. You know the number. It's 435-2041. Again, as the rainy season is upon us, I urge us all to be vigilant. All right, the hurricane season is just around the corner. Be vigilant. You know the drills. You know what you've got to do. All right, ensure that all your drains are well cleaned, and all the things that you're supposed to do. Get your emergency plan in place and stuff like that. If there are cases where you need assistance from the Ministry of Works or whatever to clean out areas, you have a river running behind your house that has a lot of debris and so forth, and you need assistance, or you need to notify them to come and clean it up so that the water can pass easily without breaking its banks. Do what you gotta do. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome to the program.
It's somewhat surprising that you make those statements this morning about social media.
Uh-huh.
Not only those misinformation that gets out there, but the information that is, in my opinion, that is not truthful, is not correct. Those opinions and suggestions. And that is why it is critical for people to understand that when you make such posts and things, people need to respond to it. And it is not under my post. It is not your platform. The social media is not belonging to anyone, person in Grenada or wherever. You just have an opportunity where you can voice your opinion and spread whatever position that you have.
And having said that, right? I look at the positives that can be derived from the use of social media, but unfortunately, people use it for all the ills instead of the positives.
Precisely. We are not using it there for... This thing is so rich, but it's only the negative we seem to be propelling. It's unfortunate, but that is what it is. We have to deal with it. That is why it is important that people respond to some of the things that is out there, because a lot of them are not truthful.
Yeah.
But I want to congratulate the UNC in Trinidad. I think it was a campaign well fought. And trust me, I live in Trinidad for a number of years. And some people may not understand my statement or agree with it. But the PNM in Trinidad is like the NMP in Grenada. The situation that we are now facing in Grenada, all of the things that we have to fix, is something similar to what is happening in Trinidad. They are the two parties that have been in office governing those countries for years. And those countries are riddled with problems. The problem that Trinidad has with guns and crime and all of those gangs, that's the children of the PNM, having lived there.
Okay.
And it's a similar situation that has happened in Grenada with all of the ills that we have to fix. When you're in government so long, you have to be able to address those concerns. And when you cannot do it, you are the problem. Have a good morning.
All right, so have a good one yourself, and thanks for sharing your opinion with us. It's 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. Again, in case you missed it, all right, the United National Congress, under the leadership of Kamala Bissessa, has won the elections in Trinidad yesterday. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing today?
I am alive and very thankful. How about you?
Well, I'm good. I have some issues. Like I'm sitting seeing social media, and I think that everything that happens in Grenada instead of we go to the source, we blame the public.
And that's dangerous.
And that is very dangerous. You get dirty water in the pipe, people call this on the station. Now I blame the public instead of fixing the problem. The police has a problem, instead of fixing it and do training and go the right channel, stuff for what they should do, they blame the public. The problem is that we need to take accountability when we when you are in certain position, so you can solve a lot of these problems instead of blaming the public. That's all I'm going to say this morning. Have a blessed day, sir.
Thank you very much, caller. You have a blessed one yourself. It's 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. And back to the telephone line we go. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, you think about it, we got a problem in Grenada. You think about the police doing their work, and you will see people around, oh, Africa don't do that. They're not supposed to do that. Yeah, other countries cannot do that. Africa they do it. So they blame the police for shooting themselves. And while if somebody else we could shoot him, I ain't saying it's not the police, I ain't saying it. But you don't want to be the police and shoot the man. So they're putting the place of the police because we need like to put themselves in police business too much. I think they should put an end to that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. And yeah, I do agree with some aspects of what the gentleman said, you know. Too many times I think I see, you know, civilians getting involved in police work. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Innocent, and morning to you, listeners and your viewers.
Welcome to the program.
Yes. 2 points I would like to deal with this morning. One is to deal with the relative silence on the preparation of May Day by the media. Normally in the past, May Day used to be a real anticipated build-up, activities and in terms of people expectation and so on. And it seems as though social media has to help us this year with the program by Legalize on that session they had Sunday night with President Andre Lewis and the others. So I think it seems as though values are shifting. And secondly, the result of the election in Trinidad. I knew the UNT was going to win because I've been in conversation in webinars and so on where it was clear that the PNM had lost touch and was behaving like an angry entity, you know, and arrogantly, same thing, and I agree with the caller, I say the similarity with what happened there and with the NMP here. You know, they outlived their time and betrayed the people that they were supposed, the main core, that they were supposed to be representing. So I hope that folks here will learn a lesson and we will be concerned at the same time without him proceeding Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Let's go to WhatsApp and entertain a caller there. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent. How are you?
I am alive and so very thankful. How about you?
I'm fine, thank God. I'm giving God the praise, and thanks for all your encouraging words you say from time to time. Just in case you don't know the impact such words have had, do not underestimate them. So thank you for your motivational words.
I try my best. Thank you.
Yeah, and regarding the topic of social media, I think we're dealing with what I phrase, to quote some of the saying, similar that saying in the past, that's been coined: the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think social media can be seen like that. You know, in the past, many years ago, you probably remember, before social media, if you have an opinion and so on, it will be in the newspaper, in certain section in the newspaper. The newspaper may get some slack from time to time about libels and printing inaccurate information and so on, but there was a sort of vetting process. and things will be edited, proofread, and so on. And there was somebody to be held accountable, i.e. the newspaper. We say, now we have social media. Anybody at any time in the middle of the night, on their bed, on the beach, anywhere, on the bus and so on, could hear something and post things which they did not fact check, which is malicious, sometimes intentionally malicious. And there is no editing per se. And that's the world we're living in. So there are, that's one of the negative things about social media. And it tells a lot about us. As I've said in a different forum to an audience, if there's one thing we are good at in this world, it's messing things up.
I like that.
We are very good at that.
We specialize in that.
Yes, we all specialize. We have PhDs in that.
Yeah. I agree with that.
We're good at messing things up. We take something that's good. You think of social media, it can have a very good function. The world is global now. We can immediately know what's going on. If there's a hurricane, if there's bad weather, if there's a flooding, not only in our country, in a different country, and so on. But we have taken it to the nth degree. And how do we solve that problem? One way of solving it, and I'm not saying that's the way we should go, but one way of solving it is through censorship. But if you do censorship, then that invites a whole bunch of problem now, because it could be used for political brinkmanship. It could be used maliciously. So it's the thing is, welcome to planet Earth.
But I think, Kola, I agree with you a lot, but I think it all boils back to us as individuals of being responsible, being matured and responsible individuals. That's all it takes. Before you post, you think.
Right. You're absolutely right about this. But if you think about it, and I'm not trying to be religious here, but even if you don't use the Bible as a God inspired and so on, and even if you're not religious, even if you're an atheist and you use the Bible as a storytelling book, as a poem, poetry or whatever it is, even if you just use it as that, from the beginning, we are messed up from creation. God made the world perfect. He made Adam and Eve, and from the beginning they start messing up.
Yeah.
It's like compounded interest. Yes. If you put $100 in the bank and it gains interest, or even if it's 1%, after hundreds of years, you're going to have much, much more.
Yeah.
It's the concept of compounding. So we think of how all the opportunity we have had since Adam and Eve to add, to compound messing up. Think of the population. Think of commutation. I don't know if you're mathematically inclined, but think of permutation and computation.
Yeah.
Okay. The more numbers you have is the more discordance, you potential for discordance and disagreement and so on. There are billions of people in the world.
Yep.
So when you do the computation, good luck on trying to solve the problem. You hit the nail on the head. It's an individual responsibility.
Yep.
Good luck. You will get the Nobel Prize in psychology.
Have a good one. Have a good one, Connor. Have a good one, okay? Have a good one. Let's go back to the telephone line before we take a commercial break. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. How are you doing, sir?
I am alive and thankful. I was reaching out to you the other day and I didn't get you at all.
Well, remember I was on vacation, and that phone was in airplane mode most of the times, unless you called via WhatsApp.
Okay.
Got a nice little break.
Oh.
Let me ask you this, right? We are all supposed to be responsible human beings, adults. So why are there laws pertaining to manslaughter, murder, stealing, burglary? Why are those laws there? Because if we are responsible people, then we should know how to behave. I mean, when the woman leave you, when the man leave you, whatever images or videos you had, as responsible human beings, you should know, delete them, don't post them, don't share them. But because that happens, there are laws. And in Grenada, several persons have been charged for doing this sort of nonsense. So I agree with the caller, and I believe this should be one of the talking points leading into the next election if it is not addressed now, right? In 2014, a portion of the Electronic Crimes Act was removed that would address a lot of the mess that is happening now. Innocent, you have children not wanting to go to school because of the malicious things posted about them. You have children contemplating self-harm because of the malicious things posted about them on social media. And then you have families torn apart because of the lies that are shared, that are posted on social media. This is what is happening. Now, I don't understand how on one hand we can talk about mental health and on the other hand not see the amount of damage that is happening because of this unchecked behavior on social media. Now, the thing is this, right? And even in our homes, we know this. You expect people to do certain things, carry out certain functions. And if those things are not happening as they're supposed to, then restrictions are put in place. Things are put in place to ensure that you are penalized or you're punished if you do not do what you're supposed to do. I don't understand how hard it is for lawmakers to recognize that this is something that needs to be addressed last year. Right, as I said, it was repealed in 2014. So before people pull out pitchforks and so to crucify me, understand it was repealed under the previous administration.
Why?
The new administration came into office in 2022. This is 2025, and the thing has gotten really, really nasty in the last few months. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of it, and I think to a certain extent I've been able to dust some of it off. But they are children, Mr. Joseph. They are children. I was on vacation and had to deal with instances of cyberbullying for children. Come on, man. What do we do on Mondays when we meet in these high-level meetings and so forth? We need to do something about this. This is something that needs to be addressed. And when it comes to media literacy, when it comes to fact-checking, listen, the amount of noise I have made about this and having it included in the curriculum. I mean, look at what is happening in places like New Zealand and Singapore and so forth, where because these things are included as part of their curriculum, people are able to discern what is nonsense from what makes sense. And I think it's very unfortunate when you have media houses not doing their checks and balances and purporting some of this misinformation. I don't know if it's misinformation or disinformation, because it's all about the intention when it comes to the difference between both of them. What we do know is they're both fake. Which I understand this is something that we need to address, and I wish more people will lend their voices.
Mr. Cesar, just one question before you go. What can you propose?
What can I propose? The CSUT need the support that it should have to do a lot of these things. We don't have the tools. So when people call, I have to tell them, listen, a lot of these things, I can't help you, right? And then we need the law in place so the RGPF will be able to address some of these things when they happen. It's the same thing with the violation of privacy. Before that, I remember a young lady took her computer to a computer repair shop, and on it were private, personal pictures. They took the pictures and posted it.
You were in SAS.
If you remember that.
You were in SAS and I was in GSS at the time.
Precisely. Who dare try that nonsense now? Because I think the last person charged was over $50,000. When the first person was charged, I believe it was about $25,000. And it could go all into the hundred thousands of dollars. Everybody charged after have been charged more. And so the problem has simmered down. We need to address these sort of things. And You know, you don't understand the frustration associated with it, because people call expecting to get assistance from me and the entity, and I have to let them know, listen, I don't have the tools nor the support to do it. And it breaks my heart, especially when you have to tell parents, listen, you may need to consider getting some counseling for the child because the child doesn't want to go to school. The child contemplating self-harm because of this rubbish that is happening. And the people with the power to fix it, they're not doing anything. I'm getting hot, so let me get off the phone.
Yeah.
Have a good day, man.
Have a good one, bro. Have a good one. Folks, it's 28 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take a commercial break, and hopefully we'll have Mr. Saint-Hilaire with us when we get back. Don't you go anywhere.
Ready to set up a new washing machine? How about that pesky dripping pipe at the plumbing supply?
To shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein with GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world with GPC Global. You can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Need to install or repair your plumbing? We've got you covered. Whether you're setting up a new washing machine, replacing a leaking faucet, or fixing that pesky dripping pipe, the Plumbing Supply Store is your go-to place in Grenada. We offer a wide range of plumbing products to make both new installations and maintenance a breeze. Our shelves are stocked with top quality products including pressure and waste fittings. And if you've been struggling with blocked drains, have you heard of Melt? This powerful drain-on-blocker liquid is a game changer, designed to prevent and clear blockages, making it ideal for hairdressers dealing with clogged wash sinks. We also carry a wide selection of repair kits and replacement parts to bring new life to all plumbing fixtures. Visit us today on the Woodlands Main Road or call 444-1377 for expert advice, top-notch products, and a warm welcome. GD from Woodstone. We do everything plumbing.
Heritage Theatre presents Breaking Out, the Grenada Love Story, featuring Robert White and Lisa Grappi, written and directed by Chris DeRiggs.
But I still love you, Richie.
You love me and you're hard in me. 4 big performances, Saturday 24th and Sunday 25th May at the Grenada Trade Center, Saturday 31st May and Sunday 1st June at Deluxe Cinema in Grenville. Showtime 7 p.m. sharp.
He's the love of my life, Auntie. You have to marry a man for other things besides love, child.
Get your tickets at Mitchell's Pharmacy in Grand Anse, Gittins Health and Wellness Wall Street, Gabriel's Pharmacy Pedmata, St. David Pharmacy, St. Andrew Pharmacy, Art and Soul Boutique at Spiceland Mall, 3B's Shoe Store, and GoToFed.com. Breaking Out. Come out and enjoy Grenadian theater at its best.
This ad complements Classic Lighting Caribbean.
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation, and we'll have a slight delay with the guest, so we do have some more time in which we can engage in the conversation. Let's continue. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
I'm calling with regard to videos that I witnessed, and I think a lot of Grenadians would have seen. The video don't lie. it records what actually occurred. My concern is with regard to the incident that took place in St. Mark in Victoria with regard to the shooting. Who is to be blamed for the shooting, whether it's a police or civilian? We are not sure. The investigation continues. But there are two issues here. There was someone who got shot, lying on the ground, and it was 100 feet from the police station. Where was the police to assist in getting medical care for that individual? But even worse yet, 100 feet from the police station, it took over 45 minutes for the police to do their basic work. In that regard, the police needs to be retrained and trained so that that does not occur in Grenada again.
Okay.
Securing a crime scene is extremely important for the integrity of the investigation. Rendering care, whether the person was shot by a civilian or the police, medical care, even if you may not have been able to save the person's life, but showing that you care, making an effort to save the person's life is far better than everybody, all of us talking about praying for the individual today. Because the first few minutes is very, very important. The first care of any injury is extremely important. For example, you get a cut, stop the bleeding. It's very important because somebody can bleed to death.
Right.
So my point here is that the police needs to address that. The civilians need to address the question of the police not securing the crime scene. The video speaks for itself. Well, in my opinion, if, as is alleged, a senior police officer at the inspector level discharges guns in the public, and if it is that the police injured person because more than one person got shot, then we have a very serious problem in Grenada that needs to be addressed.
Okay.
The entire police force needs to be trained probably, because it is my understanding that an inspector of police was responsible for training our police.
Okay.
I say no more at this stage.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. This is a topic that we have to tread on very, very carefully. All right, let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning to you, Doc.
Hi, welcome to the program. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Have a good day. Now, let me say this. I have been saying this and I'll continue to say this. We are in a social malaise. We're breaking them socially while those things are happening. And we have to call on our leaders. I can't say that too much. Leaders of the churches, political leaders, leaders in key position. We have to tone down the tension. There is too much anger in the society. And that is where this thing, we're breaking down socially. And we have to look at this critically. When you listen to news, the way we behave with each other, from even the calling points, the way we behave and react to each other, it tells you that something is wrong in the society. Do we have a social services department? Do these people go out there on a daily basis and deal with the societal problem, tone down the problem that we have there? If we are not going to do those things, we're going to break right down. How often should I say this thing? We have to preach more love in the society, helping and caring for each other. As long as we continue to argue and fight with each other outside there, these things will happen.
Okay.
We're waiting until we get to the bottom before somebody get up and look at what happened in Guyana. All those things, we have to address it very early. We have too much hate in the society, too much anger. And our leaders have to take responsibility for a lot of those things, the way they behave with each other.
Okay.
Have a good day,
Thank you very much, caller. All right, give the police a chance to do their job. Instead of fighting them down, citizens should behave when they are given the permission to. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Greetings.
Greetings. Welcome.
We hear the comments from the brothers coming in there this morning again. Mr. Joseph demonstrates crystal clearly that this country has become a failed state and we have to correct it. But who can? Only a people can save a people. We have to introduce a constituent assembly, constitution, convention to the people so that we can sit as a people, discuss, debate, reach a consensus for the future of the country. You like it, so then it stays so. But if you don't like it, so and you feel that it can be better, well, let's get together and do it. It cannot be left to a few demagogues who present themselves as politicians and then screw up the people. Brothers and sisters, OPI, you heard Mr. Dabio make some contributions. We had laws in place, they take it out. So people doing what they want. Abuse all wrong. Even the same political leaders abuse. Instead of making laws and enhancing the laws of the country, what do? They become executors the morning after. You hire them as legislators and they get into business. I know they're sucking their people. Brothers and sisters, open your eyes. A new constitution is what we need in this here country. But permit me this, Mr. Joe. This is the second year.
My government has decided to continue the vertical expansion of seed program, which was scheduled to end in December of this year. This therefore means that families will continue to receive the additional $150 per household.
Mr. Joseph, those utterances came from the minister responsible, so-called minister responsible for social development in 2022. In January of 2023, they removed it. Something that was established by the authorized government of the country. And this statement was made while they had the authority also in the government as a minister she was. My question is, why don't they honor the promise with the people that they removed this money from? But as I close down for the year, because the Satan season has been introduced, and as I move away from until September, I want to remind Grenadians to start thinking that under the current system, not only this local administration, under this system, Grenada goes nowhere. It shall go nowhere because we have all started again with a hula hoop slippers full of soap froth, and we're trying to run. You ain't going nowhere with that. Neither up, nothing. But more and more, the same thing. So enjoy yourselves over this 18th season. I'm out until, again, September. Have a nice day, Mr. Joseph, and beyond.
Have a good one, citizen. Have a good hiatus, and we look forward to your contributions as always. Folks, we've got to take that commercial break and bring on our guest. Mr. Francis Saint-Hilaire is here, and we'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Grenada, the Maggie King of the Grill is back and bigger than ever. On Saturday, June 7th, Monroe's playing field transforms into the ultimate battleground for grill masters. Think you got what it takes? Then fire up those grills and show your skills. Registration closes Friday, April the 11th, so don't miss your chance to compete for that sizzling prize and bragging rights. It's food, fun, and flavor, all powered by Maggie. To register, call 407-8458. Maggie King of the Grill, where flavor rules. See you.
FHP.
All right, welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. And as promised, I've got with me my good friend, Mr. Francis Saint-Hilaire, the marketing officer at Grenada Cooperative Bank. Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm pretty good. Good morning to you and good morning to all the listeners of Classic.
Not just listeners, you know, viewers.
Viewers, yes,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
we're so modern.
Yeah,
days,
I can't leave out my viewers at all.
Locally and those in the diaspora. We need to include everybody.
Yeah, this morning, someone called me from Belize and tell me they like my shirt. You know, could you imagine that?
Well, I've heard you gotten calls from all over the globe already, you know, because I'm an avid listener to the program. So,
but we're not here to talk about me this morning. Pump It Up, Grenada's leg is finally here. How are we looking for Pump It Up this Sunday?
Well, we're looking very, very, very good. Not just because it's a bright pink, but we're looking very, very, very good. I must say that we want to say a special thank you to the public for supporting. The T-shirt sales went excellent, literally sold out.
Right.
And, you know, the level of support that we've received this year, even we've literally increased the packages, and the level of support that we received this year has been excellent.
Wow. Okay. And, I mean, coming out from that successful leg in Carriacou, it spilled over. I would not be too surprised if we have folks from Carriacou coming down to join on that walk.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. You know, Carriacou really set the momentum, and we're definitely riding that wave. So come Sunday, it will be a wave of orange floating from the south, making its way up to the Kirani James National Stadium, Athletic Stadium, sorry. Carriacou really set the tone.
A wave of orange. If you were in Jamaica, that's politics, eh? that's one of the main political colors in Jamaica.
Grenada.
Yeah. All right. So, in the interest of time, we want to get into the specifics of that walk. It starts promptly at 4. And where does it start?
Well, it starts at the Monroe playing field. We really ask persons to come out at least 3:30, 3:25. We have a very short opening ceremony. We want to get you warm, so we have a bit of a warm-up for persons to get loose, get fit. I mean, persons who have not walked. There are a lot of persons who may not have walked in a long time. We don't just want you to come hit the road, but we want you to get you ready for hitting the road. So that ceremony will be very, very short. And then once it hits 4, we take our first steps. We journey from there to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. For the fitter persons who want a little bit of a challenge, we have the challenge route. So when you get to the Alain Francis roundabout, you come across to Tantine and you go up the lane, go down Maras Hill, make the run, and come back to the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. So that's basically the route for Sunday.
Okay. All right. Well, I know that there will be medical teams en route, and in terms of policing, because to manage a crowd of about 5,000 people It's thereabout, yeah?
Yes, about
Just thereabout.
5,000.
Yeah, it takes a lot. How involved is the police?
Well, of course, the police has always been involved. They're one of our partners for this walk because the logistics in terms of traffic control is very important. And, we would have to take the guidance from the police, and they are the ones who are actually leading that charge. So the police is pretty much a part and parcel of the whole preparation and organization of the walk from the traffic point of view. I know that they will be putting out something stating the specific route and time for motorists during that particular period. So we look forward to that, and hopefully we will get them on a program so that they can come and explain where you can traverse and what time.
Okay, makes a whole lot of sense. So hopefully we can we'll hope to have them engaged on Friday. Because it's important that the motoring public know the do's and don'ts within that period of time. So good morning to ASP Batiste and your team. We look forward to an engagement as it pertains to Pump It Up come this Sunday. Any prizes and awards for people like me I'm going to run the entire route?
It's not a race.
Okay.
There will be prizes, but it's not a race. The prizes will not be for
running.
Okay. The prizes will be for the various categories, and we have a number of categories and a number of exciting prizes. So, for example, the youngest child on foot, the youngest child in stroller, the eldest person who finishes the race, male and female, the largest group, the largest club, the largest school. So there are a number of prizes across various categories, but there is none for who finishes first.
I'm very happy that you made that comment of the youngest child on foot and in stroller. You would see scenarios where families would use this as a family engagement. Have you witnessed that in Carrico?
Well, that is what it is all about, actually. It's a family fun walk. So we encourage that family, that atmosphere where the family could come out together from the youngest to the eldest once they're physically capable of making it. And of course, we saw that in Carrico. We saw fathers, the beautiful sight of fathers with the child on the shoulder, pushing a stroller, child in the shoulder. It's lovely.
Okay. All right. So, folks, remember that it's on this Sunday. It starts at 4 promptly with a brief opening ceremony and a warm-up session and everything like that. And it concludes at the Dr. Kirani James Athletic Stadium. What time do you expect it approximately to culminate?
Historically, generally, it will finish around, because after we do have healthy food stuff on sale. We have a short prize giving ceremony around 7ish.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to let persons know, there will be buses available to take persons from the stadium to the start of the event. So we encourage you to walk with a couple extra dollars to pay a bus fare to go down, because persons park at the stadium, right? And there will be parking at the stadium. So persons park at the stadium, and then they would want to journey to Montrouge. So there will be buses available to take you to Montrouge, and for those who are parking in Montrouge, there will be buses to take you back after the event, but that will be at your own cost.
Okay. As it relates to your partners, Co-op Bank couldn't have done it alone. Yes, they could have, but in the spirit of engagement, chose not to give other people the opportunity to get their blessings. Who are some of your main partners?
We have Hubbard's, who's been there from inception, Antillian, Flo. We also have Koyaba, we have Body Image, we have Glenelg, we also have Wagiti, we have the Ministry of Education. We have a number of persons who are sponsoring the prizes also. Guardian Group has been there from inception, so too has been Koyaba. So we have a number of partners, like-minded institutions within the private sector that has been contributing significantly to that particular event, and we're thankful to them.
Okay, makes a whole lot of sense. As we wrap up, any plans or intentions to bring it to an outer parish next year?
Well, that discussion has come up. The discussion is on the table. Next year is the 15th year, so it will be something bigger, grander, as we celebrate 15. But we'll have to take into consideration all the logistics in terms of traffic control, in terms of emergency exits. There are a lot of things to take into consideration, but it's something that's been discussed.
The traffic is very controllable from last Jess.
It is something that has been discussed, and hopefully we would see that sooner rather than later.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us this morning, gracing us with your brief presence. Anything you want to depart with?
Well, of course, again, we want to thank the public for their support of the Pump It Up Family Fun Walk. Without you, the walk wouldn't be as successful as it has been over the years, and your support is a testimony to your commitment to contributing to a worthy cause, and to remind persons that this year all proceeds goes towards the Princess Royal Hospital in Carriacou. Yes, the t-shirts and the packages might have been sold out. However, you can still make a contribution towards that initiative.
Thank you very much, folks. Go on out and make it a family-filled fun day. And in doing so, you're supporting the folks on the Sister Isles of Carriacou in terms of the Mount Royal Hospital. Make it a must. T-shirts are already sold out, but you can go and make that contribution. Mr. Santile, thank you for dropping by, and we look forward to an engagement with the police, hopefully on Friday.
Right. It's always
a pleasure. Folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. We've got to go. We've got the BBC coming up. Thank you for your contributions, your participation. And if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do it again tomorrow, same time, same place, same frequencies, channels, and platforms. That's it for the conversation this morning.